blood? Nah, fam. Everybody that comes to us right now, they better show me the money. Show me the money. Stop playing games with me. Everybody right now needs to stop playing games with Man United. Every team that comes to us take us for little man syndrome. Didn't we just bad up Real Madrid the other day and took Yeleni Euro? So why is it now everybody's coming to us acting like say we're a little man and we're supposed to pay them big peas, but they don't want to pay us big peas? Listen, people, stop it. We do need to start thinking about value for our players. Listen, you three. I'm gonna bring you three back. Yeah, just as actually you four. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Yo, let's end the show in a little group chat.
All right then.
Don't, Mark. Let me ask you this quick question, yeah, because he was asking a lot of questions a minute ago, yeah. Don't you think that getting value for money should be something that this Ineos group should be looking to do as well?
100%.
Let's bring everybody back.
No disagreements there. No disagreements there, bro. No. Of course, we want to get the Put that.
It's him.
Cool. Good one.
The great one.
All I'm saying is, bro. Now, two things. I want us to get the best prices possible, the most money possible for our players. At the end of the day, these Manchester United players, they should be worth top end value. But the current situation doesn't seem like it promoting that. So I am of the situation where it's looking like we need to get players in urgently. So we start the season on a proper foot, right? And of course, I don't mind waiting to the end of the window to get players. I know, well, if we lose some games, by the time the players bet in, we could recover. I have patience for that, but not all fans have patience for this. And that don't mean all the players go and just sit and wait for us until the end of the window as well. They might agree terms now, but 2 weeks from now, they might decide, well, listen, this ain't looking like we all serious, that we push. So I just looking at it like a perspective situation. We have to look at it that it's not set in stone that we will get these players if they wait till the end of the window. And it's not set in stone that our bid will come in for 30 million.
One question, yeah, because we say this selling to buy thing, and I think we don't really take heed to how important it is. Don't you think the amount we're able to sell these players for has an impact on who we are able to buy?
Yeah.
Because it's cool saying, take 10
this
million.
This is already an acceptable point, bro. You don't need to ask this question. You agree on this point. This is already a baseline. That's not what I'm talking about.
Can we look at also Mark is saying some facts that we're all just choosing to ignore. Let's not act like it's not making sense. What he's trying to say is that, look, there's no way we can sit here as well and start demanding certain prices to these guys that all of us here have been spending the whole entire season talking down on. We're the biggest club in the world when it actually best. So that means every other club also watches us talk down these players. So,
brother, I've seen Chelsea talk down Havertz. I've seen Chelsea talk down Conor Gallagher. I've seen players that
cuss him all the time.
Smith Rowe doesn't even play football, bro.
This is not the
He's
argument.
been on leave.
Charles,
but that's not the argument. You see, that's the problem.
Okay. Let Kenny finish. Let Kenny finish. Go on, Kenny. Go on.
Exactly. So, yes. So my point is that, look, if our main issue is that we need to get rid of these players that we have been talking down, that we've been saying they're not good enough. Yes, they're not attracting prices that we need. But what we need is to change the squad. So if we lose certain man, like let's say McTominay, and then we bring in Ugarte real quick. For me, if we lose 110 million, that's okay. That's a win-win. Let's go. Because then
let me tell you the problem with that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the problem with that. So Ineos need to set a precedent going forward to the whole world of football. If you're allowing these players to go, well, like McTominay for 20 million, when you know you can get an extra 5 to 10 million to set the real precedent on the world of football, Ineos need to make sure they can't be taken for absolute mugs and need to make sure they get the best value for money for these players that have come directly from the academy. I think the best example is the
That
Mason
sounds
Greenwood
super
situation.
amazing and all, bro, but it's still
Yeah.
not
And to add
any
to add
question
to
we're
that,
talking about. It makes no sense in
to
the
add to
conversation
that,
we have here.
hold on, like,
Because
to add to that,
realistically, what you're talking about
Mark,
is
let's
realistically what
tackle
the
that.
no,
problem
no,
is,
no. So I
tomorrow.
think
No.
Mark,
How does that not make
hold
any
on,
sense in the
MarkN,
conversation?
Parliamentary
hold
No,
on.
speaking.
because understand what we're saying.
Let me
We
hold.
agree with
Hold on,
what
I
agree.
understand
no,
what you're
Joe
saying.
Blackman, do some
you know,
parliament
you
thing, bro.
interrupted. Yeah, you interrupted Yo-Yo to make your point, Mark. So you gotta wait. Go on,
Oh, should I
Okay,
Uncle.
so
Oh, Yo-Yo,
go on,
you
Uncle?
two want to talk.
okay,
Go on, Uncle. You
yo,
can
go
add.
on.
No, Uncle, it's fine. You can add to it. It's fine.
Okay, so Mark, what you're not understanding is we are not disagreeing with you. We are not totally saying the amount that we are calling is not unreasonable, and it's basically what the club said when they rejected this current bid. That the bid is it's nice, it sounds good, but we it's not close enough to what we have, to what we need, and that is the point we are trying to make. We are not trying to say sell Scott McTominay for 50 million. You understand? But the price we are calling is not inconsiderate for a player of his caliber. Hold on. It's not inconsiderate for a player of his caliber. And then when you're saying get rid of players to bring in players, you also have to know that the club are doing their maths, and they might have looked at the money and say, if we collect this money just because we want to get rid of McTominay, the money is still not going to be enough to buy Ugarte. Have you thought about that? That maybe the money that we want to collect, hold on. That maybe the money they want to collect is too
Getting
small
Ugarte on loan, bro.
to get in the next player.
Bro, I considered
So
all
everything
of those
has
things
to be
before
right.
I said what I said, you know, bro. I considered all of these things. Now, you see, the most important
But
thing that you guys
consider,
overlooking,
did you do the
you are
maths?
overlooking something
Did
that
you
I
do the
say.
maths? No, did you
Of
do the
course,
maths?
bro.
It's not
Stop
consideration.
for
Do you
this,
know
you're
how much?
asking, bro,
Do you know
you
how
see, there's
much?
the
Do you know
problem,
how
bro.
much
They
Ugate's salary is
overlooking
going to be?
something because they just want to talk about hubris, bro. Basically, yes, of course, it's good for them to set a precedent, of course. But after a decade, bro, in one season, you're not going to get that precedent set. It will take some time. Maybe over the next 2 or 3 windows, that precedent will fall in line.
Do you know if the money is going to be enough to buy Ugate? That is my question.
Bro, Ugarte could be coming on a loan with a buy obligation for next season.
Do you know if the money is going to be enough to bring him on loan?
We're not spending a
Do you
dollar
know
to
if
pay
the
for him
money
this
is going
season.
to be?
Coming
Do you
on a
know if the
loan.
money is going to be? And when you talk about this season, next season, who are we going to sell to bring in Ugarte?
Oh my goodness!
If we take him on loan, if you take him on loan this season, no. But you have to. You cannot. But you cannot talk about today. The problem with you people is you're short-sighted. You're short-sighted. You are short-sighted.
No, you two, Uncle, you both got to go. I'm not even just cutting off Mark. I'm cutting them both off. Yeah. I'm cutting them both off. Man, saying you people, we're both saying you people, everybody needs a beat. Everybody needs a plug.
You know, but to be honest, like Yo-Yo, listen, to be honest, Yo-Yo, we need to be a bit realistic with some of these things we're saying. What we really need as United is to bring in new bodies, new blood. We've seen these players before. So if a loss of 5 to 10 million to bring in somebody fresh that can come and do a different job is worth it in the long run, because we still have the January transfer window going on. The way things are going,
I have to say this.
Listen.
I have to say this, yeah. Just let me say this, because that same point that you're making there, yeah, because goes with Uncle's point and it goes with Mark's point, yeah. At the end of the day, fam, yeah, we still should look. What is wrong with trying to get more, though? Okay, look, everybody's panicking. Oh, 23, sell him right now. We just say, whoa, blood, whoa, calm your ass down, blood. Yeah, we go, whoa, 23. Okay, they come with 23. All right, fam, that's close, but it's not close enough. How about we just say,
Joe Blackman,
wait till next week and see what happens. Hopefully, we can push that price up a little bit. Everybody else makes us wait weeks.
Joe Blackman,
we shouldn't be just snapping the hand off of everybody that comes. We're not desperate FC, fam.
Can I make
but
a point?
Joe, listen, I was just cut out short. Listen, Joe, we need to stop. We need to stop this. We need to stop this habit of always trying to say these other people are doing this. These other people have been run well longer than we have. They've been managed properly than we have. You understand? Everybody knows that we're the ones that they come with Vaseline for. So there's no way you can just start thinking all over a sudden you're going to.
Man
Vaseline
said
for me,
Vaseline,
fam.
bro. Like, what do
No.
you mean? We're trying to have a serious conversation, and man said Vaseline, bro.
I don't know. No,
Like, man,
Vaseline.
trying to have a serious
Nah.
conversation, and this
Say
brother just
hey,
say
Hey,
we
hey,
Naldo.
come
black man.
with Vaseline. Like, can you not imagine the ment in this Man United fan group, bro? Man
shit.
said, like, this.
Yeah.
You see,
The point.
You know
listen,
what I'm gonna
listen.
say is go on, go on. Do you
Go
know
on.
what actually? The great one wanted to say something
Listen, I want to
before.
make a point on your thing of let's hold out for more money. I think last season
Mm.
we had a 30 million bid rejected because we wanted to hold out for 40 million, and then they walked away. I think it was West Ham. You remember? If we
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
again, if we hold out for like 40 or 30 and they walk away again, McTominay will be coming off the bench against Burnley. You get me?
And
We need to look at both sides.
Nah,
Last season
because
we held out.
McTominay
Am I
off the
wrong?
bench is not an issue. It's when he starts that he's an issue because McTominay can get you goals. You bring him on in the 80th minute, he can do something. He is a squad player. That's what McTominay is. He is them Darren Fletchers, bro. One of the man them that is just there. There's a reason why every manager that comes likes him. I'm not saying that if we can sell him, we should keep him. But bro, the prices being called right now are a joke.
It's rude. It's
And let's
actually
clarify,
offensive.
it's not
It's a
West Ham,
joke.
Hold on,
it's
who just jumped
Fulham.
out?
And that's the, I don't know.
Oh,
Uh,
that was what's his name? You
By the
got
way,
put.
it's
You
Fulham.
too.
Fulham are trying to buy him. Let's be clear. It's
Bro,
not West
listen,
Ham.
Yes, everyone
forget
keeps
it's
saying West
Fulham.
Ham, innit? Yeah.
Forget it's Fulham or not. Listen to the logic, bro. Whether it's Fulham or not, the deal is not guaranteed. Now, it's
Yeah.
fine to want the most money, bro, understandably, bro, and it might not add up if we don't get 30 and we get 20 or 25 instead. Now, I'm not saying these things. Understand what I'm saying? I'm saying you don't want the deal to collapse because this man above me here, McGinn specialist, talking about let him come off the bench, and all they're saying, yeah, let him come off the bench, right? But if that causing us to not get Ugarte, not get no midfield signings in the summer, then what are they going to be saying? What are they going to be saying during the season? Because all they
McTominay
asked for
has
the
to go.
shit. Because
I
all they
would say
wanted
let
the
him
shit.
come off the bench.
Now,
I would
let's
say
be
let him
clear.
come off the bench. Like
No, don't
Yeah.
be
McTominay
clear.
isn't
You're
that much
clear
But
already,
of an
let's
bro.
be
issue that he
clear.
affects the whole team, bro.
Why would
All
we
three
what
of
we
you all
need to be
just was
clear
in
with
unison.
is
He can
Super
come
sub?
off the bench. It's no problem. He's a sub. So let him come off the bench next season and we get no more players. Because if that is the situation that it is right now, because that's the question I
I'm
asked,
not
right?
saying we don't need.
Let,
We need starting players, fam.
so
Yeah,
then, all right,
McTominay's
if you
a
know it's
bench
sell to
player. So if we
buy,
could sell a bench player
let me
for the same
hey,
amount that Chelsea could sell them for, go on.
let me say this, right? So let's not use football as an example. Let's say you're negotiating to buy something like in a market.
perishable goods, right?
You're haggling for a price. Everybody stays within a certain range. You're at one side, they're on the other side. And what they're probably doing right now is they're haggling to meet at a middle point where everybody's happy. This is why we should let Ineos do their job and not be worried about losing the opportunity to sell Scott McTominay.
Okay, no
If Ineos
problem,
are
bro.
so good, then they should be able to get a good deal for Scott McTominay that everybody is happy with. That's
Bro,
how I look at it.
all I saying is what we deserve better saying is mostly chatting shit, bro. Let me be fair. Because he talking
Yeah.
about a
Nah,
car,
come on.
and a car is only it could be more valuable to the owner than it is to the person buying it in any way, shape, or form at any given point, bro. Let me be real. The
That's just
mileage
how
could be too long and it could be
that's the
not worth
market
what he can.
in
But let me
general.
be
It's not
real,
about
guys. All I'm
the
trying
car
to
or
say is
whatever.
this, right? The most important thing we have to look at is that, listen, we could say the window early. It have a month left, right? Today is the 1st of August. We have 4 weeks left of the window. But we are not the only clubs buying in the window. So we have to look at it from all the perspectives, bro, that it could have hijacks going on our players that we want. And what players will be left for us to get if we wait until the end. We might end up in a
That's not what
problem.
we're doing, though. Ineos have a set number of players that they've looked at. So if they
Literally.
don't get
All right,
target
so
A,
let me
they
ask you a
get B,
question. But
C,
there's a
D.
drop off from B,
but
C to D,
that's
bro.
that's
Target A
Lil
is the
Yo-Yo.
best.
That's not true. That's what he's
So
saying
if
is
we
that
get
That is
so
true.
we get target E
okay,
and
but
target
if
E
it was
is
like that,
levels worse than target A, you accepting this shit, right? because that's
not,
insane.
that's not the
that's
point.
what
They're not
you're
targeting.
saying,
No,
Mark, come on. Okay,
you're missing the point.
Mark, listen. Mark, listen.
remember.
Let me jump in there, Mark. Listen, yes, we have target A, target B, target C, but don't forget the fact that we still need to have to sell in order for us to even acquire target A. So what Mark is trying to say is this: those targets are not just gonna sit there while the transfer window is getting closer and closer. If we're not offloading people quickly enough, we can look. We have several
The
players.
perfect example is Matthias de Ligt.
But let me finish. We have
Go
several
ahead.
players that we need to offload from this team that we used to call a surplus to requirement. But now, if we can get some of them off to bring in the ones that will come and reinforce the squad, that's correct. The ones that can wait for a better price, we can wait for those. But when you look at right now, we cannot buy anybody without offloading. But if we keep holding on to a good price, if that price doesn't come, we'll remain with the same squad we had last season, and that we will have 1 week before the transfer window closes. And for me, that's just a reminder of Glazeronomics.
Exactly.
I hear you, but players are still waiting currently right now for Manchester United to handle business. Case in point, Matthias de Ligt.
That's an exception. That's not
Sofian Amrabat is waiting for us right now.
He is not, bro. Come on, bro.
They're waiting for us.
Level of Matthias de Ligt
But
the
the thing is that you're forgetting is that they will not wait for a long time. They are also observing other teams.
Of course.
You think their agents are not working overtime?
At their club at the end of the transfer window. Why are we acting like as if these guys are going everywhere and anywhere at the same time? Most of these players were the only ones linked to them, bro. August 31st, if we don't get Ugarte, he's staying at PSG, period. Case closed. He isn't going nowhere. Rabiot is on a free. Maybe he will find a club, but for now, he's waiting for us. Amrabat, again, until the end of the transfer window, that brother isn't going anywhere.
Well, they're living in a charity life, bro. Everybody had to wait on you.
Type of mandem that everybody is looking at, bro. How many people are looking at Ugarte? How many?
You don't know, bro. You just saying that perspectively, bro.
No. MarkN. Let me jump in here. MarkN. Let me jump in here because when I said something, you said
last points is not people because we hit the hour and a half mark.
I made some points, and then you said I don't know because there's no facts. We've not seen any news of any other clubs linking anybody to any of these players. So as long as we have not seen it, you don't know. As far as I'm concerned, nobody else is linked to any of these players.
That's exactly
nobody else is linked, or nobody else is linked to them because we are not seeing any news. And we are standing on that business. Because when I made a point about something that there's no news on, you told me there's no news. So as far as you're concerned, it doesn't exist. So there is nobody. These people are waiting for us.
I want the team to be ready. And I want bro. Everybody not go and sit and wait on Man United.
So let me chip in here before I go. Let me chip in here before I go. Hold on, MarkN. The problem with MarkN is MarkN
give chance for some people to talk also.
Everybody.
Listen, Uncle.
Stop being Uncle.
Let me drop my 2 cents.
Let me drop my 2 cents. What you said earlier, Uncle, then you can finish. I'll end here. Uncle, don't forget that some players have been bought without us knowing, where they've just been hijacked quickly. You know, there's a lot of clubs that need midfielders. We're not the only club that need players, first of all. So we cannot, and we don't have the luxury of winding down the transfer market, especially when we don't have the money either. You know, so for me, it's very counterproductive for them to start holding down prices that we know for sure it's acceptable. 25 million for McTominay is okay because that allows us to maneuver a little bit in the transfer market right now. So holding back to wait for 30 million, if that doesn't come, it leaves us in a very awkward position. That means we need to start questioning their management themselves. That for sure, we need to be honest with each other here, Little Yo-Yo and Uncle, that if these guys are holding it down and this happens, you need to come back and say you were holding it down. You need to come back to this moment because we have to critically analyze them. It's business, like you said. Business is based on how you maneuver in the market. If you're trying to buy a stock and they're telling you it's a bad buy, but you keep insisting and you lose the money, you have to be accountable for that. You get fired by your broker. Period. So that's what I'm saying. We cannot
Same
sit
thing
here
if
and
you
not.
sell badly though. Don't forget that side. It's a two-way street. It's not
That's
just
it. No,
buying.
he's not gonna get to reply to you. So that was his last point.
Yeah.
By the way, don't
Like,
go asking no more questions. Yeah.
Look at this
Don't
guy
ask him a
So,
question.
stressing. Look at Joe. He's like, I need to end the stream, bro.
so
Please.
I'll wrap up. I'll wrap
Shirt.
up with this.
My bathroom is hot. I don't have no aircon in this room. I am sweating.
I will wrap
Alright.
up. I will wrap up with this, so that I will also go out and enjoy the fresh breeze.
Yes.
So I've heard what all of you have to say, especially those who are countering the argument. And there's a reason why the Ineos board, those football guys, they found a way to convince PSG to release Ugarte on a loan instead of a permanent deal. You understand? They've somehow talked them into letting us sign Ugarte on a loan. We are not certain, but there's a likelihood that we might get him on a loan. Now, my point is, we don't know the exact financial situation of the club. And you have to take that into consideration. These guys know the financial situation of the club. We don't know whether the difference between the current bid that West Ham rejected and the one that they're going to accept, maybe the difference might be 3 or 4 or 5 million. But they know that that 5 million will be the difference between getting a player and not getting a player. And my point is simple. If you sell him for the price you think is right, even though Ineos think is wrong, they don't like that price because they've done their maths. If you sell him for that amount and you're unable to bring in a midfielder to replace him because the money is not enough, what then happens? You'll then be forced to try and offload another player so that you can balance the money and bring in the midfielder you want. Now, because you want to offload another player, another club is going to come in and bid for that player for cheap because they know that you need the money to balance out what you have. You understand? So I'm not saying I understand the entire economics of the club, but I'm trying to tell you that there is a reason these guys even said in this statement that they actually considered that amount before they decided to reject it. Let us not assume we know the financial state of the club. These people know, and that's why they've considered it, but they've rejected it. I'm not saying sell McTominay for 50 million, but if they feel they can get him for higher than the current bid, then let's let them do their stuff. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Uncle. Do you know what? I fully agree with that, though. I guess that's why it's hard for me. Do you know what? Mark N, talk after that, actually, because, that's opposing views. So
all I saying is, I not that I disagree with getting the most money. That's not the argument. The argument is the waiting situation. Now, while some players are waiting for us, it's not the general rule of thumb. It's an exception to the situation. And with the current market, bro, like he's saying there, in one side, yes, we need the money. But on another side, if you look at how much money we paid on some players before, it was not that much. We only spent 32 million in the market so far. And we bought 2 players worth 100 and something million if you combine the fees. So it's more about maneuverability currently, like Caddy was saying earlier on. Because at the end of the day, we're not trying to spend lump sums. We're trying to pay down and pay on installments. So if we get a loan for Ugarte, that benefits us with the fact that we don't really have a large chunk of money to spend. The biggest problem, as I say, that is the waiting game. Other teams will come in just the same and try to bid for players that we want. And same, other teams will come in and try to lowball us for players that we have. So if we get a bid within reason, we had to accept it, bro. It might seem like a panic, but sometimes you have to take what you have in hand because you can't count your eggs before the chicken laid, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? I'll give you a bump for that one on your way out, Mark. You know what? I hear it, Mark. I do hear it. What happened to you? You know what? Yeah, what's the name? Just came in here. Courtside jumped in and then he disappeared. But what I'm going to say is this, Mark. I do have to agree with you on that one. But at the same time, I just think that we can't just go grasping at every offer that comes to us straight away. I'd rather give it a little time. You know, we heard the bid yesterday. We heard another bid the day before. You know, you never know what could happen on the 4th or 5th day. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, sorry. Who wants to talk next?
I'll go
Charles?
next. Yeah, because one thing we've all failed to notice again is the fact that again last season this team grossly underperformed. Grossly. If we can get these guys to their level, it's a different situation entirely. This whole rush, this whole desperation of we need to lowball our players, we need to sell McTominay for 10 million so that we can get Ugarte to make the team better. Bro, if the new coaches do their job, this team is already better. Watching preseason, this team is already better. And we don't have our first teamers. We don't have the Brunos that all of you like. We don't have the Minus in midfield. We don't have the
Kobe
Lissandros
Mino.
in defense. We don't have the Dallo at right back. This team is good. If they are trained well, they will be better.
Well, you know, listen to all the players that have been out. You're cooking.
Literally. So all this desperation of let's low ball, let's accept, we're in a rush, we're in a hurry. Bro, we're not in that bad of a situation. This is just the usual transfer window situation where everybody gets gassed at nothing, everybody gets worried about nothing. We need to calm down and think logically, bro. The team isn't complete. Think of what we've seen. It can still go a level up. Right now, the McTominay offer is dirty. It's disrespectful. None of us are here saying
Thank
don't
you.
sell McTominay, but we're saying when the price is right, sell him. And the price is looking like 30 million. Sell this brother for 30 and then reinvest it however you want to reinvest. But don't tell me if we don't sell McTominay, we're going to be shit. No. We have players of a level. We have top quality players in this squad that will only get better with the right coaching and the right football environment, which we have all said. That's all.
Hey, Charles, with the cooking. And it's true, though. The thing is, as well, yeah, it's not like, okay, our team, we've not even been playing with the full squad. That's something that, yeah, it's true. We're acting like it's the end of, and not only that as well. If we don't sell McTominay, do you feel the last two of you that are in here right now? Actually, me bringing Courts as well because he had something to say as well. Yeah, with the team that we have right now, the Omar Baradas, the Wilcox, and all that, right? Are you still not confident that even if we didn't get rid of Scott McTominay, that we would still get the likes of Ugarte because they've already secured the deal even before we knew about Scott leaving?
I think we're getting Ugarte 100%. I think we're getting Ugarte still.
Do you know what we need to
do? Going, we're getting Ugarte. Either on loan or we're buying him, but I think it's going to be a loan thing.
I agree. No idea, man. Go on,
fair enough, yo.
I think we're getting Ugarte. I think we're getting Ugarte, but what I would agree with Charles, and the vibe around the club is a lot better than it was last season. The ownership's sorted out. There's no people can see that things are changing now, which changes everyone's mindset. If you see when Newcastle, like when they got qualified for the Champions League, their squad didn't massively change. But one thing that helped them was the environment around the club. Now, a lot of the reports are saying you can see the players are happier, the staff are happier, there's a structure. Also, people are seeing now, well, if I don't perform, they'll get rid of me quickly. There's no comfortability that players had now because under the Glazers, they knew they're going to get their contract extension because the person in charge of footballing don't know nothing about football. So they'll be like, oh, he's up for a contract renewal. We'll just give him the contract renewal. So things are changing now. So even the players, the squad that we've got will perform better than they did last season just simply because the surroundings are better this season.
And the manager's been backed as well. They know that it's a possibility that you could definitely go before this manager now. I think that's one of the main reasons why I was very, very much THDL last season. The fear of God are in these players now. Like, if they don't perform, they can see as well that Ineos are not afraid to get rid of you for whatever price they need to get to. That's another thing. You will be gone. Like, you don't pretend that we can't get rid of players. Now, we're showing you we can get rid of players. So the next one of you to not be performing,
tell a man, move!
This season, listen, it's begun. Hey, you man, Great one. Did you have something else to say?
Okay, listen. Today's show has had a lot of realism today. Listen, I'm gonna end it on a reckless thing. I think we're gonna break Bayer Leverkusen unbeaten record still. So.
He said what?
Oh, that's crazy. Say that again. Yo, say that one. Say that.
He said what?
We breaking Bayer Leverkusen unbeaten record, bro. 54 games unbeaten. Watch.
Have you eaten cupcakes from Amsterdam? Has he had them cupcakes from Amsterdam?
No, bro, I don't know what he's had.
The biggest budge this morning. Oh, we can't even win in pre-season, let alone win every game next season. That's mad. That's mad.
Crazy.
But guys, listen, you two especially, thank you as well. Yeah, you man coming, always helping me. Thank you, guys.
Anytime, man.
Subscribe to Backhand Entertainment.
If this guy uploads again.
Yes, we have started.
Yo, he said he's going live tonight.
Again. We're going live tonight, baby.
Are you going live, yeah?
I'm going live tonight, baby.
Swear down.
Swear down. You get me, dude.
Yusuf Blackman is uploading again. Let's go.
2 weeks.
Let's
do this. And you know what? Yeah, on that note, hey, anybody coming for our players this season?
Show me the money. Let's go. Yeah.
Drop a bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky.
Bro, none can compare with the KG done. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb.
Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.